Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Yes, how are you?
I'm fine, ma'am. How are you? All good?
I'm good, thanks for asking. Um, Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am, now it's visible.
Today we are going to discuss about user-defined functions. We can use just keyword for defining user-defined functions followed by function name. And then i- with indentation, we will write the code for of that function. Let's see with an example. I'm just saving this file in new folder. I'm just creating a new folder on today's date, and I'm just saving this file as fun or function. And now I was just defining a function using def keyword with followed by function name. Let's say as let's take as fun or my fun. I'm just printing hello inside the function. Now if I execute this, it won't print anything because we are not calling the function. For ca- for calling function, we can simply call by its name. And now if we execute this, it will print hello. And we can also use multiple lines inside the function, like by and etc. If I again run this code, it will print hello and bye. Because here the indentation will specify that how many lines are inside the function. We can just use function name for calling the function. And now let me tell you what are the uses of functions. And the first use is it is reusable. That means we can code once and we can use it multiple times. And next one is its modularity. That means we can break this into modules and we can write smaller code. And next one is readability. We can easily read and understand the code because it is more clean when compared. And next one is debugging. It is easy to identify errors and fix the problems. For example, if I take this code, um, if I take other function as def add, and here I'm just printing, I'm just taking n value as 10 and n2 value as 20. And here I'm just printing the output of n plus n2. And now I'm calling the function add. It is printing as 30. In the same way, we will create the functions. And next, we can also use inputs inside functions. Functions with input. We can define this using def function name, and inside we can take parameters. For example, I'm taking as, or like take as param, and we will write the code inside this function. In the same way, let's see with an example. I'm taking a new file and saving it as fwp, and I'm writing a function like def greet of name. Here, name is the parameter of that function, of greet function. And I am just printing hello and combined with name. I'm just passing the values for this function like greet, and I am using some random name like XYZ. And now it is printing hello XYZ. In the same way, we will pass multiple parameters. Here, name is the parameter and XYZ is the argument. The variable defined while implementing a function is called parameter, and we use while calling a function is called argument. In the same way, we can also use multiple parameters. Like, for example, I'm taking as an example, and I'm taking two parameters as n1 and n2. And now I'm printing sum colon as n1 plus n2.
Ma'am, uh,
Yes.
uh, could you please tell me why you are using f in the print function?
Yes, this
F
is format
comma
string.
sum.
For example, if we won't use this f, like see, it will directly, oh, here I am not calling the function. Add 2 comma 3, I am just taking. And now I am running this function. It is printing like sum, and with flower braces, it is printing n1 plus n2 only. If I take a string, formatting string, we have already seen this in previous classes. It is used to display the variables inside let's see. We can use f string, or we can also print using comma. Print some colon and comma n1 plus n2. This will also give the same output. Uh, but let me show you what is an F string. Here I am taking a variable A as some, okay, I am taking as 10. If I want to print, I can directly print A. But if I want to combine with some letters or values, if I want to combine a value of A and I am trying to print this, it will give an error. Or if I use plus symbol also, it will again give an error because A is integer value and value of is string value. So for combining these, instead of using comma, we will simply place a string over here and write this A inside the flower braces. And we can write anything after this, like value of A. And I'm just running it. It is printing value of A is 10. In the same way, for this purpose, we use F string. Are you getting it
Okay, ma'am.
or
I got.
can I explain again?
No, ma'am. No. I got.
And for example, if we take other variable B and we want to print next to A and value of A, and again we are printing and B, comma, value of B. Then we can simply use like this. Without using this, it is tough to combine and code will be more. Coding is tough. It will take more time to code it. So we can use like this. And let's take an example. I'm just taking an example. Um, and we can also use multiple parameters for a function. I'm just taking an example greet with name and city. I'm just taking it as greet with NC. I'm passing two parameters to it, and one is name and the other one is city. In that function, I am printing hello followed by name, and next I am printing how is the weather in particular city like that. Mm. Here I am placing name and city inside flower braces because we have to print the value of that name and city. So we use f string and place these variables inside flower braces. And now I am calling it with great comma Hyderabad. Now it will print. Okay. Here the function name is not greet, it's greet with NC. So it is displaying an error. It is printing hello, name and how is weather in Hyderabad. And next, um, we can also call them as positional parameters. We, ha- um, we have uh, two types of parameters mostly. One is positional and other one is keyword, like say keyword. In this way, we are using positional parameters. For example, uh, if I change the name, if I am first placing the name of the city first and I am typing the name next, then what will happen? Let's see. It is printing Hello Hyderabad, how is weather in particular name. So, to overcome this problem, we can use keyword parameters. In keyword parameters, we can simply use the parameter name with the value. Here, in front of Hyderabad, I am using city equal to, and before Lata, I am just using name equal to. And now it will print, Hello Lata, how is weather in Hyderabad? In the same way, we can use positional parameters. Can you guess the output of this code? Like, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible. Ma'am, the output will be hello Sai. How is the weather in Vizag?
Yes, you are right. Uh, if I want to write this name at the last, then how can I use this? How can I write it for printing the same output?
Uh, Ma'am, by using the variables what you have given in the
Yes,
parentheses
keyword
while
parameters.
defining the function.
Hmm.
Yeah, keyword parameters.
Uh, then what do I write here?
Ma'am, city is equals to,
Yes, you are right. And here I
and
will
for
write,
Sai, we'll be using the name keyword parameter.
yes, you
Name is
are right.
equals to. Then the output will be same. Hello Sai, how is the weather in Vizag?
Yes, you are right. Mm.
Ma'am, what if we are supposed to take the keyword parameter input from the user? Like now we are just putting our name. If
Yes,
we have
we
to
can
take the name from
also
the user,
use
then
it like, let's take, I'm taking n equal to int of input. Oh, sorry, this is not integer value. Just input, enter name, and for city, I'm taking city is equal to input of enter city. And now I will assign these variables to these parameters. Like say, city is equal to city, and for name, I am assigning n variable, or I will pass n variable to this. Here I am taking XYZ and HYD. Then it will print hello with name and how is the weather in Hyderabad.
okay. Ma'am, I got this part where you're taking the input from the user by using input function. But then in the function, why is that we're writing city is equals to city? I didn't got this
Okay.
line of
Uh,
code.
yeah, okay. Here, I'm just using keyword parameters. If I take this as C, I will replace here city as C. Here, we have name as parameter. While passing arguments, we have to use name is equal to n because, or let's say, let's see, I'm just using this function and writing like n comma c. It is printing same output. It is printing like the same hello name and weather. But if I use c comma a or c comma n, it will print differently, right? I'm using Lata and GNT. It is printing hello Guntur and how is the weather in Lata. This is wrong, right? For
Yes,
that,
ma'am.
we are using, we are telling that that function that for city parameter, I am using C argument. And for name parameter, I am using N argument. And now if I execute it, it will run normally. And like this.
Okay,
Is,
ma'am. Okay.
do you understand this code?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any doubts related to this code?
No, ma'am. No, no, no. I got. I
Okay.
understand.
And next, we are seeing functions with outputs, or let's say return. We can use return. Till now, we are using print statement inside the function, and we can also call these functions as void functions because it won't return anything. See, if I am printing this function, it is just returning. It is just printing none because no value is written comes from the function. So we can also call these functions as void function. I'm taking a new file and saving it as WO as functions with output. Um, and I'm defining a function, def fun, or let's say my fun, and I'm just returning some random thing. Let's say return hello. And now I'm just printing that function, saving it and running it. It is printing hello. Or we can also do one thing. We can store this inside the variable like output equal to that function name, and I am just printing that variable. We can also print the function like this. Either we can directly print the function or we'll write like this. Uh, if you won't print this, it won't print anything because here we are just returning the function. So this hello is stored, is passed to this function here. That means we are calling from here, right? So it is passed to this, and this hello is stored in output variable. First it is returning. So here we will see it is passed. to hello to here. And so this hello is stored in output variable. When we print it, then only it will show the output as hello. In the same way, we can use multiple functions like, or we can use multiple parameters. For example, here I am taking a function for concatenating two strings, concat of P1 and P2. That means I am simply taking it as parameter 1 and parameter 2. I am just concatenating, or I can simply return P1 plus P2. And now for concatenation, I am just passing two values, concat of, I'm just taking insta plus, oh, sorry, insta comma gram. If I run this code, it will print Instagram. In the same way, because plus operator is used for concatenation. When we are using strings, plus is used to concatenate. Um, for example, if I am taking hello and here old, do you know what will this print? Am I audible?
Hello, hello world, ma'am. It will print
Yes,
hello world.
you are right. Hello world. And this space comes from here. Here we are using the space. If we don't use space, it will print like hello world combined. And I'm taking Facebook, face and book. Now it will print Facebook. And here we are using only single return statement. We can also use multiple return statements. Um, like, let's see. I'm again taking a new file and saving it as multiple return. And now I'm writing some code. Like I'm just taking some two strings and I just want to return the result. Or like say I'm taking integer values and I just want to return the multiplication of them. So I'm just using def multi of n1 comma n2 and I'm just returning okay. If n1 and n2 values are not empty, or let's take other example, or I'm just taking names, display name of um, mm, first name and last name, F name and L name. If they are not empty, I have to print them. If they are empty, I have to return none. Then I will simply take if F name equal to empty parentheses or L name equal to empty parentheses, then I can simply return else. If they are not empty, I have to return first name followed by last name using dot. F name dot L name. Now I am just calling this method display name. Mm, Lisa, and I'm taking this as empty, and I'm just printing this method. Let's see what it will print. It is printing none because we are returning. We are giving just simply return for this. If any one of this is, we are using OR function, and the first name is empty, and the last name is not. I mean, sorry, the first name consists the value, and last name is empty. But if one condition is true, OR will automatically execute the statement. So last name is empty, so it is just returning. That means it is simply returning nothing. So it will display none. For example, if I return something like first name and last name is mandatory, then it will return first name and last name is mandatory. So it is printing that statement. And if I write here mm, like this, and if I print it, it is printing name followed by given name. And in the same way, even if we don't give first name or last name, it will print the same. First name and last name is mandatory. If we give some values like okay, XYZ and ABC, it will print those values. And here we don't need this else statement actually. We can simply write this return outside the if block. It will execute in same manner because once the return, let's see, or let's take, once the return statement is executed, PVM thinks that it is the end of that function. If this is executed, it will jump outside the function. And if it this is not executed, this will execute. Let's see now. I'm just using the same function and passing empty parameter. I mean, passing empty arguments. Then it will print first and last name is mandatory.